Hey, good evening. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is Daniel. I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we are going to be listening once again to more VoicePlay, where we actually haven't heard something from VoicePlay in quite a while. I can't even remember. Yeah, I can't even remember the last VoicePlay tune that we covered here. But anyway, I'm excited to jump back into it. I love these guys. I love listening to their sound, their style, and they're very distinctive and unique as artists, as musicians, and I'm just really excited to jump back into it. This one is Wanted Dead or Alive, and I've loved this tune for a while. I'm excited to hear how VoicePlay adapts it to their style. So honestly, let's just jump into it. Oh, yeah.
It's all the same, only the names have changed every day. It seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. I drive all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. I'm wanted, dead or alive.
Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's nights for days. The people I meet always go their separate ways.
Well, sometimes you tell the day by the bottle that you drink. Sometimes when you're alone, well, all you do is think, yeah, I'm a cowboy on a steel
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a cowboy on the steel horse I ride. I'm a wanted, dead or alive.
Well, I walk these streets. I loaded 6-string on my back. I play for keeps. Oh, 'cause I might not make it back. Well, I've been everywhere, still standing tall. I've seen a million faces, and I rock them all. 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Yeah, I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride, and I'm wanted, wanted, dead or alive, dead or alive. So I'll ride. I got the night on my side. Yeah, wanted, wanted, dead or alive, dead or
Back to the arpeggios. What an interesting take on that, man. Like, oh, how do I begin to go into depth on this? So this arrangement followed that classic a cappella formula, just in terms of when you hear how the song itself is broken down. You start with these really beautiful arpeggios, kind of focusing your attention right into the piece from note one. You are just very fixated on what's happening because you hear all of these different voices hitting all of these different notes, and it's just completely surrounding you and you feel wrapped by it. And I really, really dig that. And having the majority of the members have their own turn being the cowboy, that is really nice because it ensures that we're constantly focusing our attention throughout the piece and not being distracted by other outside things. That every single one of them is modifying the piece in some way in order to ensure that the audience is still engaging with them, which I really do appreciate. That being said, there are moments of critique that I really do want to dive into more. Some of these things are just musical things, and some of them are personal preference, and I'm going to elaborate on both of those things when we run into them, so let's just jump into it. Yeah, just the beginning. You get these beautiful arpeggios, like I was mentioning, just completely surrounding you, wraps you, and it's just absolutely wonderful. Ellie coming in with these very beautiful hums. And notice how, when I've described hums in the past, very impactful hums have a lot of space in the mouth. They're very round. You get a lot of that sound reverberating, and then it just comes through naturally. But here, Ellie is actually, because of his natural timbre, his voice type, and the way he's executing this hum, it's a lot more piercing, and it cuts through those arpeggios much more cleanly. It doesn't necessarily have that more sonorous sound, but based off of his voice type and what it is that he's trying to execute vocally, it's actually really, really great how he's piercing through with a more and it's not necessarily nasal, but it's more nasal. It's coming through the mask sharper, so it's more impactful, so he has a little bit more room to play around with the notes and add a little bit of ornamentation there, which is just fine by me. And I love that bass drone there. It's so nice, dude.
It's all the same. Only the names have changed every day. It seems we're wasting away.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. It's so important to hear how these cadences are being started because it gives the energy for the rest of the cadence or the rest of the musical sentence. So when you get the beginning of you get a little bit of a scoop, a little bit of a run into it, and you feel that energy, that pulse. And then on another cadence, on a steel, it's just immediate. There's no running. So the fact that he's actually interchanging between these two things within this first verse, it shows contrast, even if it's very subtle. And even if it's very subconscious in the back of your mind, I feel most people do catch up on that feeling. Even if it doesn't come to the forefront of their thoughts, or it's not something that they necessarily understand, it's something that you can feel and you actually are hearing in the piece. It's just this contrast, which again is designed to keep your attention because it's not monotonous. They're not beating their own humdrum or anything. There's contrast, and we thrive off of being dazzled by these variants, and I love that.
Only the names have changed every day.
Yeah.
It seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. I drive all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. I'm wanted.
first, let me go off by saying that Omar's voice is absolutely lovely. I love his timbre, and he has incredible vocal control. That is wonderful. He's really committing to a very high level of ornamentation, or something that I refer to as vocal acrobatics, where if a piece doesn't necessarily need it, but it's just more of to flex that muscle, flex that ability that you've created of real intense vocal control and just being able to dance on all of these notes, even though the piece itself doesn't demand it. That's what I consider to be a high level of vocal ornamentation and vocal acrobatics. And with that said, do I think that the piece itself needs all of these acrobatics? No, I don't. I actually find this piece to be a very simple yet very strong and foundational piece. It's like being in nature and just taking it in, even though there's not a lot of movement happening. You might see the sway of the trees. You might hear a river flowing nearby, but it's not like there's much happening, but at the same time, there's everything happening. It's very foundational and very grounding to be a part of. And that's what that song means to me personally. That's not an objective truth. It's just what it means to me. So when I hear all of these acrobatics where they're ensuring that the piece itself has all of these moments of glittering gold and dazzling elements, let's say, it's not for me. I don't really need that. I would much prefer just dead or alive. I more prefer just that strong foundational groove. I need more of the soul of the piece to come through than more of the vocal skill to come through. And not to say that they're not putting in soul, and not to say that the vocal agility itself is degrading the piece, because I understand what they're going for and I deeply appreciate that. It's just more of what it is that I want to experience and the things that I'm not picking up on as strongly. Oh, I love that beatboxing. It's so smooth and subtle.
Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's night for days. The people I meet always go their separate ways.
Well, sometimes you tell
Yeah,
the tale.
I thought that entire verse from Jeff was just wonderful. And then he just kind of sinks into this basement that I don't really need at the end of that cadence there. It's there for vocal skill, I feel. And the entire verse itself was very low and it appealed to me. And I really enjoyed listening to that. And then he just sinks the note at the very end of the cadence to go into the next musician who has a much higher voice. And that transition isn't the smoothest. I'll give them that in terms of like an objective focus. But in terms of what it is that I personally wanted there, I didn't need the low note at the end of the cadence. Just his entire verse being low was enough for me. In my opinion, there's no need to oversaturate what every vocalist is capable of in every particular verse. The thing that makes VoicePlay really exceptional to me is the fact that they don't overdo it usually. Everybody flows and transitions with each other, and the voices themselves come together to create not just beautiful harmonies and are together on all those harmonies, but are able to transition between each other without going egregiously too far away from each other. They stay together. They run the marathon together. And when each of them gets their own section, they ensure that the rest of the group is with them. And that's something I've always deeply appreciated about them. So in rare moments when they go really far away from the rest of the group by just really sinking into their own unique skill and talent, it's not like I'm mad about that at all, because again, I really do appreciate all of these musicians as individuals. But it kind of takes away from what the group itself is, which is they're running it together. And that's the dazzling thing. I know all of them are capable of running the marathon individually. They're all incredible musicians. But the thing that makes them amazing as a group is the fact that they're capable of matching each other's pace wonderfully and taking the spotlight in their particular verses while the rest of the group is still there supporting them. And that's what I really wish I had a little bit more of in this piece.
By the bottle that you
I love that though. I'm a cowboy. Yeah, dude. Just the variant pulses. I love it. You don't get that immediately in the piece, so the fact that it just shows up here as a beautiful accent to the cadence. I love it.
Horse I ride, wanted, dead or alive. I'm wanted, dead or alive.
Yeah, it can't just be me that there's just not enough soul in this song. Like you guys are picking this up too, right? Like I'm watching their eyes, and yes, you know, the things that they're doing vocally are beautiful and fine, but there's something missing here. I can't be the only one that thinks this, right? There's just a certain soul or connection to the piece that I'm just not getting. I mean, again, don't get me wrong, it still sounds lovely. It's just that I'm just not getting something. Yeah.
On the steel horse I ride, I'm wanted, dead or alive.
Yeah, that entire verse Jeff did was lovely. Did he need to sink in so many times? I think twice would be more than enough. He did it 3 times there. But honestly, I still thought the verse itself was lovely and very stable. It didn't fly everywhere. It still felt very grounded to me, so I really do appreciate that. It's kind of a breath of fresh air there. But that being said, in comparison to other pieces that VoicePlay has done, where Jeff sustains a low note and then the rest of the group comes back in, this didn't feel as impactful as those. And it could be just because of the arrangement and they're performing it exactly as they would any other song. But again, it just feels like there's a certain soul or connection to the piece that is just not as strong as their other pieces. And I can't put my finger on it. And this is all just subjective opinion of what it is that I'm experiencing when I listen to this piece. So and I cannot stress this enough, my opinion is not the end all be all, but there's something. There's something.
Still standing tall. I seen a million faces and I rock them all. 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Yeah, I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride. And I'm wanted. Wanted. Dead or alive. Dead or alive. Oh, alright. I got the night on my side.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and I love this retard here where you get this beautiful slowing of the piece and what you think might be the end of the piece where they just finish in these arpeggios or these broken chords between all of them, they actually end on a strong foundational chord. Yeah. I mean, that was a beautiful way to end the piece, and I really do appreciate that. It's just it's so bizarre, dude. It's just, the piece itself is well arranged and well executed and the voices were fine and I enjoyed listening to it overall. But I don't listen to music because the music is nice. I listen to it so I can connect with the artist. I listen to it because the music takes me and lets me not just connect with the artist, but allows me to engage with this world, this exciting new place that I can just explore for the first time, that the artist has specifically created, and I'm just kind of traversing it with them or on my own, depending on how it is that the artist wants me to experience the music. And I can just soak that in, and it just feeds my soul. That's what I really love about the music. So when an artist doesn't have, when they're not fully connected to the piece, it's really difficult for me to engage with the music in the way that I want to engage it when they themselves haven't fully cultivated everything that the original intent of the piece was to create. And it's so hard trying to connect to music like that. It's so bizarre though, because the arrangement itself is very similar to many of their other arrangements, and the execution doesn't sound musically too far off from their other arrangements. It's just this connecting factor, and I just wasn't able to connect as easily to this piece. Please let me know if I'm going crazy on this, because I don't know, man. There's just something about it that is hard for me to connect with. Usually I'm able to connect with a piece easier the second time because there's details that I haven't noticed that allow me to connect easier. But it just felt the same that second time. And it's just so weird. Because I know VoicePlay is really good about creating these worlds. They're really great about theatrical productions, and they have a lot of fun doing their productions. But here, just some of that soul was missing. I couldn't quite pick up on it, and it's not the way that I wanted to experience the music. And again, musically, if we're just talking about the music itself, it was fine. It was lovely. The voices, everything they did was just lovely. They fully committed to a high level of ornamentation and vocal control. There was a lot of really dazzling moments throughout the piece. It's just collectively, it was hard for me to connect with. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think, because there's something. There's something. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If y'all liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments. I do read all of the comments, even if I may not heart or reply to them, so please know your comments do not go unnoticed. I would like to thank this amazing person right here, who is a part of my highest tier on Patreon. And if you guys would like to join my highest or any of my tiers on Patreon, there is a link in the description below. Feel free to check that out. You get a lot of really cool benefits, and I'm working on a lot of great content still for Patreon, and I am excited to keep sharing that with you guys. But with that said, I want to appreciate all of you guys for being here watching these videos. It really does mean a lot to me, so thank you. And I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.